Welcome, guys, to Retro Picks episode 5. And first thing you notice right off the bat that I got, I'm pretty excited for this, is a Rose Art 300-piece jigsaw puzzle, original Turtles movie poster. I was actually hesitant to get it because I was like, well, watch there be a piece missing. Luckily, no pieces missing, so I was pretty excited about that. That's the non-media thing that I picked up. So, yeah. Alright, where do I start? I'm going to start with the DVDs. Okay, so I hit the pawn shop, and then today I hit the Dollar Tree. And the Dollar Tree movies were $1, obviously. So I wasn't really happy paying $1 because I'm used to paying 75 cents. The first one I want to go over from the pawn shop is Timothy Hutton and Sean Penn, The Falcon and the Snowman. Based on a true story. Don't really know too much about it, but yeah, I'm going to have to check it out. The next one, and I actually got a couple of these tartan videos. This is a Tartan Asia Extreme Abnormal Beauty. It's about a girl that's a photographer, and she captures a picture of someone after an accident and they had died. And rather than being frightened and, grossed out by it, she's actually aroused. She goes around and starts taking pictures of people after they die. Alright. Oh, man. What is up with the last couple of videos? I've been tired when I do these. Okay, Sleeping Dogs Lie. This looks really interesting. It's kind of a love story type deal, relationship movie. So maybe something me and the girlfriend might sit down and watch. Next up, and I didn't know they were still making these, but this is Highlander: The Source with Adrian Paul. Yeah, so it's interesting. Next time, hey, this guy's really funny. And keep in mind, this was 75 cents. It is sealed. Brand new, season 2 of the Andy Milanakis show. Alright. I got some music DVDs in here. I'm going to go over this one first. The Pretenders, Loose in LA, live concert, sealed movie. Not really big on the Pretenders, but it's cheap and it's music history. So the Pretenders were pretty popular. Biography. Yes. Last week it was Pearl Jam. This week, gotta keep it going. Metallica, Out of the Loop, unauthorized documentary of Metallica, footage, interviews, all that stuff, unauthorized biography. Next up, Court TV, crime stories, serial killers, the Boston Strangler, John Wayne Gacy, and Richard Ramirez, better known as the Night Stalker, I believe. I sat down and watched all 3 of these episodes. Really, really graphic. And it's hosted by Richard Belzer, who's a Law and Order Special Victims Unit guy. Yeah, it was very interesting. Next up is one of my favorite movies of all time. I would probably put it in my top 20. It's a Stephen King adaptation. 1408. I've had this so many times, lost it. Glad to have this back in the collection. Zach Galifianakis, or however you say his name. This movie's called Visioneers, and looks like it was winner at the film festival, and has a few things. Seattle International Film Festival nominee and everything, and of course he's in Hangover Part 2, Due Date, and yeah, Due Date was hilarious. Definitely need to get that. Next up, Nicolas Cage classic, The Family Man. I love this movie. One of his best. That's non-action. Next up, and I know people are talking about the Colin Kaepernick situation, but I also know that some people, were talking about Pat Tillman. This is actually the Tillman story, based on Pat Tillman and a cover-up in his death when he left the San Francisco 49ers, ironically the same team that Kaepernick plays for, to join the Army. Yep, the Army Rangers in 2002. And yeah, it's about his story about his death and cover up and all that. This one sealed. I got it the pawn shop as well. Matador, Pierce Brosnan. Next up, I actually got this at a garage sale. I think it was $2. Casualties of War, Michael J. Fox, Sean Penn. It looks like a really interesting movie. It's a war movie, so. Next up, we have a sealed edition of The Hillside Strangler, Thomas C. Howe, Nicholas Turturro. So, yeah, this looks really interesting. I had a couple poker movies. Yep, let's go with these. I got these from the Dollar Tree today. The Poker Club and All In, the poker movie, which has Matt Damon and Chris Moneymaker, Phil Hellmuth, Daniel LeGrande, Chris Jesus Ferguson, and of course the legendary Amarillo Slim. Rest in peace, Amarillo Slim. The Poker Club. Not really a lot of big names in this, but it's a poker movie, and I love poker movies. But of course, Rounder is the best. This one I'm really excited for. I know they've released new versions of this. This is the original version. It's overseas as well, I believe. But yeah, Maniac Cop. No special edition, nothing like that. The original. Yeah, pretty cool. Next up, sealed collector's edition, 2-disc. Original theatrical is seen in IMAX. Apollo 13, of course. Yeah. Next up, another one of my music DVDs. And this is enlarged to show detail 2, which is by the group 311. Really cool thing about this is it was a CD and a DVD, and the CD is really cool. I've never seen this before. You can see it's clear all the way around except for the middle where the actual CD things are, the CD songs are. Yeah, pretty excited about that. 21 Hours at Munich or whatever. This is where the Arab terrorists hold the Israeli team hostage at the Olympics. This is based on a true story. Next one is a James Franco movie, sealed, The Great Raid. I got this from the pawn shop, and it's in traditional American war history. Next up, another sports one, ESPN, The Junction Boys, based on Paul Bear Bryant, the coach of the legendary Alabama Crimson Tide. Next one I picked up, Zac Efron. I got this at the Dollar Tree for $4 today. Parkland. This is what happened after John F. Kennedy was assassinated, or events that happened after that. Next up, Rampart with Woody Harrelson, Ice Cube, Sigourney Weaver, Steve Buscemi. Picked this up at the Dollar Tree today as well. Pretty cool looking movie. Definitely have to sit down and watch it. Alright, what do we have next? Alright. Stranger Land, Nicole Kidman. Another Dollar Tree, dollar DVD today. And the last couple dollar DVDs today. At least I think. I thought I had a couple more. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, the first one, Are You There? With Zach, whatever, his last name. I can't pronounce it. And Owen Wilson. It looks really, really good. And Upside Down with Nicole. No, I said Nicole. With Kirsten Dunst. I said Nicole Kidman. Why did I say Nicole Kidman? And Jim Sturgis. Alright, so let's go to the VHS. Where do we begin on this? Alright, let's go with the ones that I was most excited to get. And these, I've already taken a picture on Facebook and posted it so people could see it. I was very excited to get these. First one, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. And this is the original release. You can see Video Treasures from Media. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. The one that was actually voted the worst, I believe. Has a funny dance scene when he's cleaning his room, though. Funny with that song. Next one, my favorite, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, the Dream Master, original case, everything, really goodness. Right here, love this part. I remember when I saw that when I was a kid, I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. I paid $1 for these. They're worth every penny of $1. Alright, the next one, original case, everything original. If I can get this thing to stay. This is Corey Feldman, Friday the 13th, Final Chapter. This also has God, I'm freaking, it's on the tip of my tongue. Man, come on now. I'm drawing blanks here. You know, and this is, I know this guy's name. Played in Back to the Future. It's killing me. Also played in Willard. Dang it. Oh, you guys know. I'm stupid. I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. So stupid right now. Brain freeze. Anyway, moving on. Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. Original case, everything. This is another one when I was at the VHS rental when I was a kid, and I saw Jason coming through the glass and grabbing her by the throat. It's pretty crazy. But this is honestly, I think, my favorite one out of the bunch. The original Pumpkinhead. And we're talking the original case, everything. The original, all the way across the board. Old school, original Pumpkinhead release. This goes for, I think there was one copy on eBay, $30. So yeah, so $1 is not a bad payout for that. Which I'll never get rid of. This one interested me. Dr. Faustus. This has Elizabeth Taylor in it and Richard Burton, and it's a horror movie. And yeah, it's just interesting to see Elizabeth Taylor in a horror movie. It's one of the VHS that opens up with a flap. Pretty cool. This one is a family film. It's called On Our Own, in the same style as like Where the Red Fern Grows, is the same producer. It looks pretty interesting. Those I paid less than 10 cents. The rest of these that I'm bringing up I paid less than 10 cents. The Flintstones Saved Christmas. Now this is a beat up case. And when I say beat up, it's beat up. But you know what? For less than 10 cents, I will take it. I don't care. It's less than 10 cents. Next one is a sealed Blockbuster Classics, which I really like to find these. Especially if it's sealed, man. You can't go wrong with that. Blockbuster Classics, It's a Wonderful Life. I'm pretty interested. Next one, and I've passed it up on DVD, so I got it on VHS just to get the 12 in, because I've been trying to not get 12. But this one is Gia, which is based on the America's first supermodel. Alright. Next up is a big box VHS. It looks like it's in the style of Grease, and that's Baby Love. Big box VHS. I really like those. Those are really cool. Yeah. The next, Casper, Spirited Beginning. Didn't really want to get this, but I love the case. The case is cool. I like these, white cases that are really, I think they're really unique, really cool. Alright, my favorite all-time musical, Fiddler on the Roof, classic. The song If I Were a Rich Man, he sings on top of the roof, just awesome, love it. last stretch. I got some of these. Now these were 50 cents a piece because I stopped at a Goodwill that didn't honor the 12 for $1 NBA Superstars 2, which has music videos to some of the best NBA stars at the time. Yeah. So you see MJ, Magic, Patrick. The back you have Scotty, Larry, Dominique, and then the list goes on. Alright, the next one is Learning to Fly, the 1991 NBA Championship video for the Chicago Bulls. Once again, 50 cents a piece. Alright, you saw Power Rangers in the background. I'll get to that in a minute. New Kids on the Block, Hanging Tough Live. Love New Kids on the Block. I really don't care what you think. In Vogue. This has Runaway Love, the video, plus Free Your Minds. I love In Vogue. I don't care what anybody says. Last one before I get to the Power Ranger sets. Super Sunday. A History of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 1 through 22. Alright. We have the Power Ranger sets. Okay. We'll go up here. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay. So there's 7 of them. You have the Power Rangers VHS. I paid less than 10 cents a piece for these. You have the Green with Evil series, part 1, 2. And then you have the White Ranger series, where there's smoke, there's fire. Then you have some of the original No Clowning Around, Food Fight, which is really cool with the pig head guy. And the original, and I got 2 of these, one because one was in better shape than the other. The original, see the number 1, Day of the Dumpster. It's not the true, I guess it would be the true